let's see. Ooh,
We have
a lot
Vicks.
here.
Where's Vicksburg, Michigan? I've never heard of Vicksburg. Welcome, Richard. Anybody else coming in yet? Everybody's muted so far. That's good.
Okay.
Hello, Leon Township. This is Robin McCarthy, and I am sharing my attendee link with my genealogy society, Santa Barbara County Genealogical Society. So I hope that's okay.
Yeah, you guys have a great library, don't you?
Yes, we do. We're very proud of it.
Oh, look at that. Hello.
And Thomas, we're going to sign up for your new webinar library program.
Good. I just put an update out today. So yeah. So that's great. Yeah. I'm Kathy, I'm just looking for the handout. So
Okay.
give me a minute. Oh. There it is. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I maintain an Amazon web server, and in case of these emergencies. So let me go over here to the live presentation. We're okay on time.
I don't know why that extend keeps coming up. Oh, I lost the screen. Why did I lose the screen here? Oh, let's see. I think I know what it is.
Let's see.
No. Yeah, let me unplug
Okay.
this.
Yeah, it just seems that since we started, I can't do anything. I'm just going to add everyone. What's wrong?
Cannot minimize. Okay, I won't minimize. I've lost the view on the wall of your presentation.
Okay. Go up to view. Yeah, let me go ahead and I just want to finish this chat.
You do your stuff. I'll see if I can figure it out here. Speaker. We might have to do it this way. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me see if I share my screen. Let me see if that changes it for you. Does it? Does it appear on the wall or not?
No.
Okay.
But the woman that I have in here with me, her and I can look at my computer screen.
Okay,
so I'm not going to worry about it.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let this one in. Okay. So welcome everyone. We are
a minute. Yeah.
We are going to be starting in a minute or two. You can put in the chat where you're from. Thomas has put in the handout in case you didn't get it earlier from me today. 5 new. Oh, that must be the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Did print out the handout. Okay. That's Marcy. This thing isn't working right for me. Let me try this.
And that's always the case, Kathy. It works perfect, before we start the webinar, and then it blows up, believe me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done over 200 of these this year, and, for the most part, they do well. So.
Okay. 2 in the waiting room.
Okay.
There we go. They're coming in.
And for those of you that haven't gotten the webinar, at some point I won't be able to post the link because I'll be busy teaching, but I'll make sure that it is there at the end. So in case you didn't get it.
Okay.
Well, we should start.
Okay. And what I'll do is I'll give them a couple instructions, Thomas, and then I'll read your bio here and then we can start.
Great.
Okay. Welcome everyone to our widely anticipated evening tonight with Thomas MacEntee. He has asked that if you have any questions, you put them in the chat. And at the end of the presentation, he will answer your questions for you. Let's see, there was two things I was going to tell you about. What else? There's something.
The handout.
Okay, the
This is
handout.
being recorded. Being
It
recorded.
is.
Yeah. And we'll handle the questions at the end. Also,
Yeah.
if everyone would keep themselves muted, they are muted right now, Kathy. But as
Yes.
people come in, you'll have to watch. If you hear a sound, and I may tell you, can you please mute them? But I think we're good. Why don't you go ahead and read? I'll take care of waiting room. Why don't you go ahead and read the bio?
Okay, I'll read the bio. All right. Thomas MacEntee is a baby boomer guy with a love of punk rock music, but also art history, who somehow fell into the technology industry almost 40 years ago, and then left a lucrative IT career to pursue his love of family history and genealogy. Technology and historical research are opposites, but tech people like Thomas are needed to guide today's genealogists through the maze of options so they can deploy the best apps and devices to break down research brick walls. Thomas MacEntee, author, educator, advocate, entrepreneur, and that genealogy guy who helps you accomplish your family history goals. Thomas MacEntee is a guy with a love
Oh,
of country. Oh, it
that's a
is.
repeat. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
repeat. So
Okay.
okay, we're good to go.
Okay. Welcome.
Why don't you mute yourself, and I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and move to my slides, and I want to welcome everyone. My name is Thomas MacEntee. I'm in Chicago, where many are cold, but few are frozen. You would get that if you're a church person, and I just want to welcome you. We're here for Genealogy Do-Over, a year of learning from my mistakes. Uh, I'm a little bit hopped up on Coke Zero today, so I've been working since 7 a.m. And it is a little after 6 p.m. here in Chicago. This concept I developed in 2014 as a test run, and it went live in 2015. Uh, I'm in my 49th year of doing genealogy. I know it's hard to believe it's all smoke and mirrors. I was born December 25th, 1962. I'll be 63 next month. And I started as a 14-year-old boy, staying with my great grandparents, who were both born in New York in the 1890s. They had great stories, great photos, but we were watching uh, Roots, the miniseries. You remember that date? Late January. Go back a year. American Bicentennial, 1976. Big interest in genealogy. And I hope we see the same thing in 2026 for the 250th anniversary. Roots, the book by Alex Haley, won the Pulitzer Prize in 1976. And then, of course, the miniseries. Also, keep in mind the date in terms of technology. IBM PC wasn't until 1981. Microsoft Windows celebrating 40 years next week in 1985. I was paper and pencil and microfilm and something called SoundX. And then we progressed. We had bulletin boards. We had AOL and Prodigy. We had dial-up. Remember modems, 300 baud, 1200 baud, and Ancestry appeared in 1976. 1996. So there's a big journey there. So this is what happened. I kept finding that I was going around in circles in my research. And I came up with this idea. What if I started over? Now, don't panic. I'm not getting rid of everything. And there's no easy button in genealogy. It's a reset button. So this is a great endeavor to take on for New Year's. For groups like Santa Barbara Genealogical Society is joining us, you could set up a special interest group around this. Many societies have done that, and I'm free to supply the materials. But one thing I do want to let you know, the handout, we posted the link in the chat, and we'll post it again at the end. We can't post it right now. That is my intellectual property, and I hope you respect that. My handouts are always substantial. 4-page minimum PDF. It's takeaway. It's actionable in genealogy. My theory is if you are going to honor me with your time tonight, you deserve takeaway, not a bullet point outline where you have to scribble notes. Everything you need is in the handout. The resource list has all the URLs that are working that will get you over to those materials. Now, that being said, I am a big supporter of Genealogy Society and library newsletters. I used to be a newsletter editor. I know what it's like to scramble for that material, scramble for articles. So I have this handout in article format for free. You just have to have the editor email me at highdefgen@gmail.com, and I will send them what has to be done. In addition, I have 40 other articles covering artificial intelligence, technology, research methodology. So please spread the word. Let's get started. This is me. No, this is not me right now. This is probably me, probably about 10 years ago. Yeah, frustrated. I had a trio of 7,800 people on Ancestry. I was using Family Tree Maker software. And I had a lot of unsourced entries. I was a name collector. My mother's last name is Austin, Austin. And if you were an Austin in a book, boom, you had to be one of my people. I later found out there are 16 proven lines of Austins in the US, including Stephen Austin of Texas, and mine were Robert Austin, 1628 in Rhode Island. So yeah, and what do you do? I mean, it can become very frustrating and kind of demoralizing too. Okay, so also technology. I love this photo. I was an information technology guy for over 25 years, working for global law firms. I did everything from email servers to project management to training. And even I was having trouble with some of the technology because it was developing so rapidly. Remember, this is just on the cusp of social media, 2014, 2015, becoming popular. Okay, so I came up with this. Now, this is not an easy button. There's no easy button in genealogy. We know this. It's a restart. I also want to let you know there are two versions of this program: the Do-Over, which is more severe, and the Go-Over. A Go-Over is where you review your current research and you start with yourself. Because isn't that what we tell newcomers? Someone new to genealogy, they say, where do I start? I say, start with yourself. Do a brain dump of what you know. And then interview if your parents are still alive or relatives or cousins, and you go from there. So we're going to explore this program tonight. You're going to see if it works for you. I'm a big believer that, you can pick and choose from this. It's not all in. Okay. Oh, the other thing you should know about Thomas is I spent a year in seminary. Yeah, I thought the ministry was for me. And I guess I was trying to recover from my misspent youth. I was 15 in New York City with a 2-foot tall mohawk, hanging out with Blondie and the Ramones at CBGB. And so, but anyway, the 7 deadly sins of a sloppy genealogist. Now, these are learning opportunities. Let me know if you identify with any or all. Let's talk about regrets. Thomas does not live a life of regrets. To me, it's just not worth it. It's just, so we're not going to go back and, be sour about what we've done. We've all done this. Even your most famous genealogists have probably done this. Not having a plan for finding ancestors. Now, when you hop on Ancestry, 10 o'clock at night, you've got your fuzzy slippers, and I usually have my union suit pajamas on. I have a mug of Baileys and cocoa. And what do? Do you chase after shaky leaves and hints? Is that your evening? And 3 o'clock in the morning, what do you have? Nothing. I go in with a plan. After 49 years, I've convinced myself that I'm building a legacy. I'm actually donating my research to Allen County Public Library. The sad thing is, well, good and bad, Ancestry has gamified genealogy. It's a game. You join. You build a tree. That's fun, right? But you're building an asset for them, and you pay for the privilege, and they direct you here, they direct you there. And what have you got? All right. And would you know how to export all your research? And do you know when you export it to a GEDCOM, you don't get your images or your record images or photos you've uploaded? Not following standards. Now, I don't necessarily mean the standards developed by the Board for Certification of Genealogists, and remember, you can put your questions at the end at any time, and I'll answer them at the end. So BCG standards are great, but also your own standards. I would do this. I would cite sources 1 month and say, it's not worth it. I would name files a certain way. That would last a month or two. It's not worth it. Okay. Also, I may be taking Coke Zero so I don't sound like B. Arthur and Maud tonight. I wasn't tracking my research and what I already used. How many times have you ordered the same vital record? 2 and 3 times for me. Paid good money for them too. I didn't know what I had. Or the other thing is, have you ever used a database on maybe Ancestry and you think, oh, this is great, this German database. And about after a half hour, you say, wait a minute, I've seen these records before. Yeah, that's me. Not citing sources and noting where I found the info. Biggest mistake. Citing sources is not to impress other genealogists. I will convince you that you are a genealogy record journalist. Who, what, why, when, and where. I'm going to take the KISS approach. Keep it simple, stupid. Evidence Explained is great. It's a great resource, but sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves to cite source citations. You should be able to write one in a minute or less. I wasn't discriminating between good records and unreliable records. Hey, it's a record. Example, for my great-grandfather who helped raise me, proving his birth date. What would be the better record, his World War I draft registration card or his death record? Well, now, being experienced, I know this. You try and pick the record closest to the event that you're trying to prove, his birth date. That means World War I. But also, you evaluate it. The World War I draft card is primary. It's in his own hand. It's direct. It states his birth date. It is basically original. It's clearly written. What's wrong with a death certificate? It's secondary, usually from an informant. How many times have you seen where the mother's maiden name is the same as her married name because the child or the informant doesn't know it? It's also, it doesn't necessarily, it's just not a good record, reliable. It's considered secondary. Yeah, this one. You don't see the underside of my desk right now, my genealogy cave. But yeah, there's something to be said about keeping hard paper and digital file things organized so they're easily accessed. And this one. What I mean by not sharing responsibly is twofold. I started to play this quid pro quo game where, oh, I'll give you this if you give me that. Folks, we don't own our ancestors. We need to be stewards for this info. Have you ever seen a hearse towing a U-Haul? Can't take it with you. Nope. And the other thing is, though, I would share stuff without having it cited. And I wouldn't disclose that it was unsourced. Okay. This I love from Catherine Mansfield. This is what I have posted on my office wall. It reminds me that, yeah, I did this. I own it. And I'm not going to wallow in this regret. Great. So we're on board, right? Okay. Now, if you got 7 deadly sins, you got to confess those sins and commit to a better way. All right. What is the better way? Well, it's the Genealogy Do-Over. It is set up as a 12-month plan. It's not a 12-step program, as many people have said. No. And you can do it at your own leisure. And that's the way it works. Let's see. Great. Yeah, and you can do it. You can do it. Maybe take 2 months for the first topic instead of 1 month, or go through it quickly. You can do a go-over where you just start to review your own work, and anything unsourced, you go out and you seek those sources. All right. This is the process. You take inventory, you box up most of your physical items and set them aside. No, you're not burning them. No, you're not getting rid of them. I just like them out. I don't want those Post-it notes, those sticky notes, those just all that junk that kept me going around in circles. Okay? I want to start fresh. Digital files, they go into a hold folder, or I've even put them on an external hard drive and locked it up in the safe. I don't want to be tempted by that info. The only things I keep are letters and diaries, original things, and vital record certificates mainly that I've loaded. And I don't even keep my GEDCOM file or my database. Start fresh. Gather tools to research. One thing I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to step out into the outer world of the internet. Do you see this right here? And Kathy, if you can't see it or anyone, just let me know in the chat, but you should see my Google Chrome screen. Look at what I've set up here. These are bookmarks. So instead of saving them as new internet bookmark, new internet favorite, notice I have this. I spent one Sunday afternoon and I organized these by folder. I have 150 links here, folks, that I can tap my fingers on at any time. And because it's tied into my signed in browser, I could go to the Lyon Township Library, sign into Google, and boom, I would have my research toolbox. So think about that. Think about the tools that you actually go out and search for all the time. My whole goal here is to streamline what I do, so I have more time to research ancestors and not deal with looking for stuff. I started with myself, and I did the brain dump. What stories did I remember? What dates do I remember? And that starts. And can I tell you, proving your own identity, your own birth date, is not as easy as you think. I couldn't even find my own birth announcement until the last 5 years. So I was born in 62. It still was not exactly all easy. Set your research goals. Have a to-do list. For an ancestor, what do you want? You want the birth date, the birth location. You want marriage date, marriage location. Go through that. Start tracking your research. I'm going to show you a genealogy research log. I have one in Excel that is free to download the template. You're free to use it. Interview those family members. If I do have one regret, this is it. My great uncle, Gregory Austin, helped design the Bay Area rapid transit system in San Francisco, the communications, etc. It would have been great interviews, and I just regret not doing that. All right. I think we're good. Look at our time. Yeah, we're good. So these are the 7 successful virtues. You are going to be reborn as a genealogist, creating a genealogy plan. I know a lot of people are not planners. Yeah, I am. I was a project manager for many years. I was the taskmaster. I would tell you if you were behind schedule and holding everyone else. Okay, let me show you what I have for a plan. I'm going to go over, and this is the research log overall. And the URL to find it is at my site, Genealogy Bargains. The link is there, but it's under free stuff. You can download it. It downloads as Excel. And this is what the template looks like. Enlarge it for everyone, Thomas. Did you know that there's an easy way to enlarge every sheet? You just select them all with the Shift key, and you go like that, Viola. All right. And look at this. A to-do list. So that didn't work. Why not? I don't know. Look at this. That's what I do for every person. Let me show it to you here. Go away. I don't mean to jump around so much, but our people. There we go. Here. I have a to-do list for my great-grandfather. All right. Now, this is 150%. I'll go to 125. What have I done? Well, this is what I want to prove. Every person has a proof point. Let's say I have not yet proven the birth date and birth location. When did I start it? Did I complete it? What resources am I going to use? When did I complete it? And if I completed it, there's the info right there. Okay, make sure. Great, and thank you for posting that link. And there it is. Now, what's with the colors? I will tell you what's with the colors. In project management, there's a classic traffic light scenario. Red, yellow, green. Yellow is pending. Okay, yellow is something you're still working on. Green is good. It's go. It's complete. And red would be something that maybe comes up with negative evidence, like if he didn't have siblings, you know, because I also track negative evidence. All right. So this is doable. You can do this. And then, I can start adding stuff right here as well. Okay. So it's easy. You know what the nice thing is also with a to-do list, folks? You can put it away and come back to it 3 months later and know where you left off. I get bored with an ancestor. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving on to someone else. Right? It makes it easy. It minimizes the do-overs and the redos, and wasting time. Oh, where did I start? Where did I leave off? And everything like that. All right. So come back to our slides. Here we are. Okay, you've got to embrace the GPS, and I mean genealogical proof standard. There's a link. It is not just for professional genealogists. Okay, I'm focusing mostly on this. This is where you become a better genealogist. There's a link to the book that you can buy on Amazon, or you can use the site. You want to do a reasonably exhaustive search. Not exhausted, but you will be exhausted. Meaning, you don't go with the first birth record. For John Ralph Austin, I think I have 9 of them. All right. And then you write source citations for all of them, even the ones you don't use. Why? Because you need to know later on where you've been. All right. And sometimes things can only be proven through negative evidence. Thorough analysis and correlation. Yes. Of those 9 records, 8 of them had this correct date. 1 of them did not. So then you go into resolution of conflicting evidence. Why did that one stand out? Turns out it was an index. Someone probably transposed the information. And then write a conclusion based on the strongest evidence. My strongest record for John Ralph Austin's birth date is that World War I draft registration card dated June 5th, 1916. All right. And you're not writing War and Peace here, people. 50 words max. So this is what I would say. Birth date for John Ralph Austin is 31 January 1896, as proven by the U.S. World War I draft registration card dated June 5th, 1916. Boom. I'm gone. I'm done. Right? All right. Sometimes we don't use that KISS concept. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. So that resource is there. We've discussed that. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I don't want to blow up the internets tonight. All right. Now, this is the longest portion of this. I'm not going to try and go too quickly. This image is what the Family History Library used to give out on pads of paper. And look at it. What date did you start? Where were you researching? What was the purpose? Call number for microfilm and books. You're doing your source citation and your document number, and you put your results. That's it. Very simple. Okay, let's delve in here deeper. The research log, let me go over the template. Hold on. Do we have it? No, I'd have to go here again. Sorry. Don't you hate closing too many windows? It's the story of my life. Well, better than having 50 tabs open. There it is. There it is. Let me just review what you're going to get. I know it's going to sound like a Ginzu sales pitch for Ginzu knives. Please do this. Yeah, thank you. Yes, and please do this. Yes. Oh, I don't want 393. That's about right. Hold on. I won't go with that. That's fine. Okay. There. Okay, so you got all these tabs here. Who needs tabs, right? Yeah, look at what you did to me. So there's an intro. There's a sample. I did a sample for my friend Joe DeVito. This is the research log itself. We'll go over in a minute. Okay. Here's your to-do list to get you started. Name variations. Wasn't that a novel idea? Why not track the name differences? So for Austin, it's Austen. His name, Ralph, came up as Rolf, R-O-L-F. You know what that does? It gives you further things to search on. All right. Addresses. I track addresses. I have this weird thing where I go out to AI, put in the ancestor's name, the date and the address, and I have it build a Google map for me. I know. I even put the GPS coordinates. I know I'm weird. Citation formats, source citation formats. What is this? You know what this is, folks? These are templates. I have taken 40 of the most used record sets, and if I want a World War I draft registration card from Ancestry, I just copy and paste this and fill in the blanks. Remember, it's all about saving time and streamlining. I don't want to have to take that 700-page evidence explained off the shelf. Evidence evaluation. These are the parameters you use. Is the document original or derivative? Is the clarity clear or marginal? I need to do something here. Hold on. There we go. Is the information primary or secondary? Is the evidence direct or indirect? We'll go into further, but this is a cheat sheet, so you don't have to look it up. You'll thank me later. Here, wouldn't it be nice to have a list of 320 different record types that you might want to consider researching for an ancestor? Thank me later. Oh, and this one trips me out. This is a list of 150 genealogy terms in English and their equivalents in Dutch, French, German, Italian, Latin, Polish, Russian, Slovak, and Spanish. Hey, this is a toolbox. This is like a Fisher-Price busy box, right? But everything's here. Actually, it's more like, you remember the Trapper Keeper binders? Yeah, from the 80s? Yeah, that's what it's more like. Okay, I'm going to close this one. Goodbye. We're going to close this and go back to this one. So how do you use it? Okay, first thing is, watch. I'm going to go. This is my proof point. So I'm going to copy it right here. Go over here. Have you ever tried to paste something and it looks like ugly as sin? Did you know you can click inside and do it and it gives the same result? That's fine. Oh, wait, this is my first document. I'm doing today's date. Okay. I'm going to shrink this a little bit more. I'll leave it. What is the name of the record? Well, for convenience sake, I have it right here in Ancestry. There it is. This is the name of the record. Now, I'm the laziest genealogist you'll ever find, people. I'm going to copy this. And have you ever tried to paste something in and, oh my God, it looks horrible. It's probably sitting down there, right? Do this instead. You'll appreciate this. This is the worth the price of admission, which is free anyway. Double click and paste it. You know what it does? It strips out all of that HTML. So you have to be in the cell. Here's another one. Trick question. What is the repository? I'm going to close that. The repository is not Ancestry. That's a relay system. Repository is right here. It is National Archives and Records Administration. Again, copy. What do? Double click. That's our mantra. And Viola, there it is. Record type. This is military. I like putting record type because I sometimes like to sort them. I know I'm weird. Source citation. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to go here to our handy cheat sheet. World War I draft registration. Copy this. Come over here. Paste it. Viola. What do I have to do? Fill in the blanks. Easy. Here's another method. Did you know that Ancestry and Family Search have just started to use AI to build source citations? Some people have been doing this, and this is acceptable. It's not exactly evidence explained. I'm going to copy this. Go here. What's our mantra? Double click. And Viola. There it is. Oh, transcript extract. Don't you hate this? Yeah. Well, look at this is what AI does. AI has already done this. I'm going to come down here. Right click. Copy. Go here. What am I supposed to do? Double click. Viola, there it is. Wow. Okay. Now, these are our evidence evaluation fields. We're going to leave this for later. I haven't proven it yet. I haven't done my proof or analysis. Oh, this is something I didn't do, and please listen up. This is important. The first thing you do when you find a record go to the image, and please promise me, hold up your hand. You'll save it to your computer. Don't save it to your tree. You can do that also, or to your shoebox. This is why. Did you know that Ancestry has limited licenses on all of its records? Now, World War I draft cards won't go away, but you know what did go away? The birth, marriage, and death records for Cook County 10 years ago. Yeah. We had access to the index and the images forever, part of our subscription. Wake up one July 1st, poof, images are gone. If you hadn't saved them, even if you ever saved to your tree, they were gone. You had to save them locally. Because in its wisdom, Cook County, which I call Crook County, decided, oh, we're going to set up our own genealogy site. We're going to sell these for 15 bucks pop. Yeah, a lot of people paid money to get these. All right. So what I did is I need to get out of my slides, unfortunately. And where are we? There we are. This is where it shows up. Don't laugh at what's in my download folder because it's usually just wild crap. Look at this. Look at that name. Does that help you? Did you know that in Windows 11, you have up to 99 characters for a file name? So this is my file name naming convention. It's in the handout. The last name is Austin. Surnames are always all caps. Give a name. And I can't enlarge this, I apologize. B1896. Why do I do that? I have other people with that same name. I can tell by looking at this which person it is and which generation. US WW1 draft reg card 1916 06 05. Oh, it's actually 1917. Yeah, it is. Sorry. 1917, that's when we entered the war. What does this mean? That means it's June 5th, 1917. Look at that. I was working in an environment where attorneys always said, I want to know what's in that file before I open it, especially when it's, oh, get out of my way, guys. Like this. You ever had this view? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I can tell what it is. Hell, or heck, I'm sorry. You've practically written the source citation for this, right? I apologize for that non-Disney word. There it is. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to copy this file name. Go back here. Go back to the record. But it asks for the image. The reason I do this, so it makes it easier for me to search. This is also, I forgot to get rid of these. This is format, wrapping, overflow, wrap. Okay, this. What you should do is you should always, oh gosh, I went too far. View, thank you, view the record, thank you. Okay, first off, here's a trick. Do you see this very long URL? You know who has the longest URLs, almost as long as a CVS receipt? Is Facebook. Did you know that you can delete anything from the question mark over and still get that URL? You'll thank me later. So I'm going to take this, go here, and this one you can double click, and there, just leave it. And then my notes. Well, what I noticed, and I'm not going to go and show you, I noticed new information. Have you ever had a situation where you pull up a record and oh, new info? What do? You follow that, go down that rabbit hole, right? And a half hour later, where were you? So here, I'm going to do this. Worked as salesman for Fireproof Products Incorporated. I want to research that later. Oh, have you ever tried to get a new line in Excel cell? You know what the trick is? Shift enter. Oops, that doesn't do it, Thomas. No, is it alt enter? Alt enter. Yeah, look at that. That's worth the price of admission. Lived at 3357 Broadway, Manhattan. I want to know more. I want to see if that building actually exists. Okay, there you go. That's all it is, folks. And I should be doing this in probably 10 point. It isn't that difficult. Okay. What I'm trying to say is you get into the group. It sounds, and I've been accused of making extra work. I want to come down here. Hold on. There we go. I've been accused of make work. No, you will thank me later. The other reason I do it, folks, and I'm going to check my time, we're good, is this. I'm agnostic in terms of where I place my research. What if ancestry went belly up? Please don't start the rumor. 90 days from now, pulling of hair, gnashing of teeth, what would you do? You download your GEDCOM, but you wouldn't get your images, your record images or photos. Software companies come and go, right? I left Family Tree Maker, to be honest. I bought them when they were Broderbund software. Remember them? I left when MacKiev took over and Ancestry sold them. I didn't like the support. So I'm now with Legacy Family Tree. But these companies will not be around forever. What you save locally is going to be around forever. And as I said, I've started already to donate my research logs to Allen County Public Library. In fact, Santa Barbara, your library should be accepting these types of things too. Citing your sources, not as scary as you think. Again, we do not do this to impress other genealogists. It's easier than you think. So, no, we're not going to go there. We're going to go here. So, as I said before, it's very easy to do. All right. So, also, did you know that the guru, Elizabeth Shown Mills, has a free site called Evidence Explained? You can sign up. The benefit of signing up is you go to the forums and people ask source citation questions. And look, she just answered one 9 hours and 22 minutes ago. Yes. All right. This is great. You will not find the book here. No, you're not going to get off from buying the book. Get away from that. Okay. But this is a great resource. Now, for me, I've told you, source citations is who, what, why, when, and where. Someone else should be able to look at your research and actually get to that document without a link. All right. So if you describe it, who was it written by? What is the title? Where is it located? What portion, what locator, what family number, what line number, what this and that did you use? And if you got it online, go ahead and you can put the link. That's all it is. All right. It's not magic and it's not scary. Using data, analyzing data before using data. This is crucial. This changed my life. That Evidence Explained site actually has a variety of quick lessons. And this is the one. I want you to print this out and put this graphic on your wall. This tells you how to evaluate evidence. You may not know that Boston University gives out a certificate in online genealogical research. It's 15 weeks. It's a tough course, 30 hours of homework a week. And it's online. But this is the main thing I took away from it. So, is a source original or derivative? Now, a derivative we know is a census enumeration. It is a death record. It's an index. But what is original? What would that be? So what it would be is this. Even some people consider what you find on Ancestry, the digital version of a microfilm, as derivative. I disagree. Elizabeth Shown Mills disagrees. You will never get to go to NARA and have that World War I draft card or the National Personnel Records Center in St. Louis and have that World War I card in front of you. Probably never in your lifetime. So what you find online is good as long as it is clean. I found one scan of a record, a population schedule for my family. Someone had left their sandwich in the corner, and guess whose ancestor was under it? Information. It's either, clarity is not on here, but is it clear or marginal? Marginal is if you have to make up words, or go to Facebook and say, what does this word mean? Information. Information is either primary or secondary. So, firsthand knowledge. This World War I draft card was filled out by John Ralph Austin. We assume he knows his birth date, in his own hand and signed by him. That's primary. Secondary, that would be if someone did an index. Census enumeration is considered secondary because we don't know who the informant is. And it may be the child trying to, remember the age of the father. Some people back then didn't even know their own age. And then evidence. This is it. Direct. Direct is explicitly stated. The World War I draft card says, birthday, January 31st, 1896. Can't get more direct than that. Indirect, this is one scenario. 1920 census schedule for John Ralph Austin says he's 23. And guess what? Oh, I got to do math. So 1920, 23, no one told me I had to do math and genealogy. And remember, Barbie says, math is hard, let's go shopping. It's my mantra. So yeah, and it only comes up with an estimate. We don't even get the exact. Here's another one, a tombstone. This is common in New England. It'll have the death date and it'll say, died age 75 months and 3 days. And you're like, oh, great. So yeah, if you have to back engineer the info, it's indirect. All right. So, and of course I have that all on that cheat sheet, which is part of the genealogy template, research log, capturing and organizing content. Now, as much as I hate and loathe Facebook with all my life, this is one group you should join. It's run by Dear Myrtle, Pat Ridgely Erickson, 44,000 members. This is a safe space where you can ask questions about getting organized, like maybe a color coding system. What do people do for binders? Buying supplies, archival supplies versus normal supplies. So go ahead and check it out. Okay. But really, this is also a good one. What I do every January is I use the 30 by 30 concept, 30 minutes, 30 days to get my stuff organized. It's a nice plan. Sharing your family history finds. Our little gopher friend does not want to share that peanut. But you got to get good about sharing. You can't hoard knowledge. I'm a steward for my family photos. I'd much rather scan them and donate them to a library or a museum. I've actually gone as far as taking the digital image down to Walmart and have them printed out and put in a frame. No one's going to know the difference. Remember, you've never seen a U-Haul towed by a hearse. Keep that in mind. And this is generational wealth. That's what I've decided to call it. Genealogy generational wealth. And it's meant to be shared. But also when you do share, make it clear whether you have a source citation or not. Okay, coming in the home run, and we'll take your questions. I'm good on time. So what do you do moving forward? Well, this is the path. These links are available on the handout and on my Genealogy Bargains website. This is what we did. We set previous research aside and we got ready to research, got everything ready. We decided, what are we going to name our files? Are we going to follow the GPS? And we set our goals. We started to pick out ancestors to say, I want to find this, 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 and this. Do your self-interview and then interview other families, other family members. Start using that genealogy research log and start doing research. It's going to be slow, but I'm convinced you should be able to spend no more than 5 minutes on a document you find online. We learn about citing sources, and we built that research toolbox. Evaluating evidence, that's the focus of the materials. And we start to look at online education options like Boston University Certificate, Salt Lake Institute of Genealogy, those. We've reviewed genealogy database software, which is better. Roots Magic, Legacy, Gramps, Heredis is for Mac, Gramps is for Mac. And then we talk about digitizing our photos and documents. Month 8, we talk about collateral research and then offline education options like going to Samford at University of Georgia, Athens. Also, number 9, conducting cluster research and then organizing our tactile materials. Month 10 is Family History Month, DNA testing, and then organizing our digital materials. Month 11, we talk about social media options. I have found cousins by doing Surname Saturday on Twitter or X. Yeah, you start to build a research network of buddies that are researching the same thing. Remember, with a buddy, burdens are cut in half and joys are doubled. reviewing your travel options. By November, I'm ready to start planning my summer research trip. Number 12, we talk about sharing research, and please have a backup. I do the 3-2-1 plan. 3 different backups, 2 different media, meaning one can be a USB flash drive, one can be, something else, and one has to be offsite in the cloud. Because if I'm using an external hard drive and I'm backing up this desktop computer and there's a fire, I lose both of them. And that's messed up. Resources. There is a Genealogy Do-Over Facebook group, but I will tell you it is closing. I am moving it over. Let's go and do this. I can't maintain 2 groups, so I'm going to move it to my Thomas's Genealogy Treehouse, not of horrors. And these are things where, I'm posting announcements and free webinars and everything. It's easier than maintaining 2 sites. Back to our slideshow. And I have a whole section at my site at Genealogy Bargains. Here, these are all the resources. You can order the book on Amazon. There's a book, which I'm hoping to get updated for 2026. Okay. Q&A. So 2 things before I start that. This is my email address. You can always email me with questions. Sometimes questions don't come for a day or a week later. Please keep the focus on this topic. Also, I don't do client research anymore. And a few things here. Please do check out my site, Genealogy Bargains. The reason is you want to sign up for my e-newsletter. But look at this. I have 40 different free cheat sheets available. Genealogy libraries have been printing them out. Kathy, you hear me, and Santa Barbara, you hear me, on cardstock, 2-sided, and they make them available for visitors. Even societies have been doing it for society meetings for newcomers, and there are 40 of them. They're free to use. The other thing is, if you go and you look me up on Amazon, oh my gosh, that's startling. There we go. I have 40 different books and cheat sheets for sale. My most popular is this one, the Big Book of Genealogy Lists. If you've ever had to look up an acronym or an abbreviation on a historical document, what do? Go down the rabbit hole, go on, internet. And so I've taken 2,000 common abbreviations and acronyms. There's a section on legal and land terms for US, Canada, and UK. City directory abbreviations, 2,000 different archaic medical terms and professions. A section on what the symbols mean on gravestones, occupation abbreviations. And this one, that's that checklist of 320 different record types. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to put Kathy on the spot. Unmute yourself, Kathy. You have to unmute.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
What did you think? What did you think of the presentation?
I thought it was awesome. I was impressed a little bit with myself because I'm doing some of the things that you
Right.
did. I just don't do them in the same way in a spreadsheet.
Hey, it's all about styles. You know what happens? Some people use Microsoft Word. I have one colleague that uses old black and white composition notebooks. She has one for each family line, and she buys them on Amazon. She even buys the color-coded ones. She knows that red's for this line, yellow's for this line.
Wow.
And just, you can do whatever you want. I think the
Yes.
important thing is, though, is I'm really a proponent of at least get your do list that way. Don't be tied to any one site or any one software because they go away,
Yes.
and what are you going to be stuck with? And again, remember, folks, we're building a legacy. That's what we're doing here. We're not playing games on Ancestry. We're building a legacy. I mean, I'm leaving this. I talked to you, but I have, my mother was 1 of 12 born during the Depression. I have 41 first cousins on my mother's side. I have 65 first cousins once removed. And I have well over 100 Gen Z cousins. That Gen Z group, that's who I'm doing this for. So.
Okay. My question for you
Yeah.
is, you're putting all this stuff in spreadsheets. Are you
Right.
also putting it into your legacy?
I do.
Or
Yeah, I do. I do it on Ancestry and Legacy. I know it seems like double work, but you also understand I'm an educator. So I use those as samples. But the thing is, you can get Roots Magic will link to, what is it, Ancestry. Legacy will link, I think, to Family Search. And so we're seeing more. And with the advent of AI, we're going to see more and more of that. It's going to be easier. So you just put it in Roots Magic, and then you hit the upload button, and it goes to your Ancestry tree. And that reduces and streamlines everything. So I'm going to start adding people to this handout chat and posting it again. So I don't see any questions. I think maybe I have stunned people into silence. What do you think?
Okay, let's see.
A question here.
Oh, sure.
You mentioned you might be redoing the book for 2026.
Yes.
If we're starting our do-over workshop in January, what are we going to be missing out on if your book isn't out yet?
Oh, it'll be out by the 15th of December. No, I have a publishing schedule, so it will be ready by 15 December. But the thing is, all the materials that are in the workbook are free on the Genealogy Bargain site under Do-Over. You can print a PDF for the first month, the PDF, see what I'm saying, for the second month. They're all there. That's the low cost option. Some people like it in a book, in a print book. And I also have it in a Kindle book. But does that make sense?
Are you going to be adding anything related to AI as part of the process?
Yes, I am, since I've been teaching it for 3 years now. And yeah, definitely, I'm an AI guy. And, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It has changed my research life. And so I will be updating for that. Yeah, I have a very ambitious schedule for someone that's retiring from webinar speaking at the end of the year. I'll be very busy for the next 6 weeks. So, yeah.
We do have a question. It says, do you have any tips and tricks on staying focused online and avoiding the rabbit holes?
Aha. Well, that's why you have a to-do list. Uh, I often take breaks. I will do that. I'll go and cook dinner or do laundry or do something or go out for a walk, and even in the Chicago winter. Uh, but I think the to-do list is the most important thing. But also be kind to yourself. Go out and read some genealogy articles online and everything. But that's just it. Sometimes when you feel like it's being overload, then that's time to take a break or maybe move on to a new ancestor, you know? So not only that, let me show you what I do is I also, hold on for the person that was speaking. I don't know who that is, but maybe no one. I need to get out of my slideshow. Hold on. There we go. What I do is, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Hold on. Nope. Yes. This is how I personally run my life. I have a spreadsheet with everything that I do every day. So I can put something like I'm writing an article on, National Adoption Day. Hey, it is related to genealogy, but it's not research. You see what I'm saying, Kathy? Go off and do that and this is what I call a parking lot idea list, where I park it, and so these are things that I do. And this is how I organize my personal life as well. So go ahead and do something like that. That's one of the best ways to stay focused. Yeah. Did we have a new question, or does anyone want to come on camera?
I don't see any. Does anyone have a question?
That was the last one from Carrie. You can always email me. Like someone says, like Kathy, doing on a different order, but see why some different order would work better for me. Folks, this is like a diet, and I know from diets. I used to weigh 340 pounds. I'm now 240. I know from diets, and the thing is, if it doesn't work, you're not going to stick with it, right? The system doesn't work. You're going to opt out. So it's going to take some fine tuning for that. So great. Well, we're about at the ending point.
Okay.
I appreciate your time, Kathy. I appreciate you taking a chance on me. And only 17 more webinars to go to the end of the year for me. So, but I'm going to say my goodbyes because I've got a macaroni and cheese and ham in the oven that's waiting.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
So
I
we'll see you later.
totally enjoyed
Okay.
it.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye-bye,
everybody, for
everyone.
attending.
Bye.
Bye now.